Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be talking about my personal experience in FFA, which for those of you who don't know, stands for Future Farmers of America. I was in FFA all 4 years of high school, and I only joined because my agriculture education teacher would never quit talking about her FFA team. She constantly talked about them in class, and I started to get curious as to what FFA was about. So one day I finally asked her about it, and she told me to come to one of the meetings after school, so I did. When I walked in, I immediately felt at home. I felt like it was going to be something that I loved. Everyone seemed so friendly and welcoming, and I honestly thought it was going to be something way more serious than it was. But the longer that I stuck around, the more comfortable I got, and the more that I realized it was just a bunch of fun people in a relaxed environment. In my freshman year of high school, I was just a member of the FFA, and I took that as my time to get used to everyone and learn more about what it means to be in the FFA. My sophomore year, I became more involved and I became a little bit more interested in becoming an officer. One of my friends who was an officer, I had mentioned to her that I wanted to be an officer, and she started kind of coaching me on what it took to be an officer. She taught me all the different officer positions, the meaning of the positions, and the jobs that go along with them. She also helped me out by introducing me to the people who were FFA officers at the time so that I could get to know them and learn more. In my junior year, I finally decided to run for an officer position, and I ended up getting the position of the recorder. The recorder is the person that takes pictures of everything, handles all the social media pages and whatnot. But unfortunately, I had this position whenever COVID was at an all-time high, so we really weren't allowed to go to any events. We couldn't really have meetings, so I had nothing to really take pictures of, nothing to post, anything like that. But finally, my senior year, I ran for another officer position and got the position of a secretary. Just like the name implies, the secretary keeps a record of all things discussed in meetings, keeps track of important information, and helps to plan events. They also give a helping hand to the president and the vice president of the chapter, and they do so much more than that. It's a lot. It really is a lot. Since COVID was becoming less common and less of a threat, in my senior year, we actually got to go out and do things. So we got to plan for our homecoming float. We got to host events for FFA week in February. We held a bunch of canned food drives, and we went to many different animal judging events. Being an officer for the school chapter gives you a really good look at what it's like to be in a leader's position. FFA was just so much more to me than just a club or judging animals. The members of FFA gave me a family that I'll never forget. They were always there to cheer me up when I needed it and supported me like no other. My advisor was such an amazing mentor to me, and to this day I still talk to her about random stuff. I still bother her all the time. And the people I grew close with in FFA became my family and close friends. The team activities we did, like the officer retreat and the team meeting at our advisor's house, helped bring us all together. Whether it was going down a water slide, riding four-wheelers through the woods, or painting boxes for the food drives, we all found ways to spend time together and grow with each other. The East Davidson FFA chapter has been such a huge impact on my life, and I'll forever cherish the memories I made with my fellow officers and FFA members. Join FFA.